Hi, and welcome to section 2 of this course entitled Rapid Web Application Development with TypeScript 2. In this section, we will see the project that we will be building and seeing the end result. We will create the main files that will bootstrap the TypeScript code from the HTML file with the module loader. In this section, we will introduce the web project and see what we will build. We will start working with TypeScript modules and namespace with several new files that we will create. We will have these files communicate to each other by using the module loader. While writing these basic scripts that will shape the start of the project, we will review some basic concepts. Now, we move on to the first video of this section that introduces the web project that we will build. In this video, we will see what we will build and lay down the foundation folders and entry files. The project will be based on a single CSS file and single HTML file that will use a module loader to start the JavaScript's entry point. At the end of the video, we will have several TypeScript files and folders created. We will be ready to keep building the project and see more advanced features. The project is a web flashcard application. The project is simple by purpose, to keep focus on TypeScript. The goal of the flashcard is to show a letter of the alphabet with an image associated to this one, with the possibility to have more information, like the sound of the image. The object produces a sound. We will implement multiple modes. For example, one with sequential order, where the words are traversing in order they have been inserted, and another mode that will be randomly chosen. During the creation of the project, we will add features that will help us modify prior code, or add new code that will allow us to touch different TypeScript features, like adding for a specific mode a favorite button. For the next few videos, we will not focus on the user interface, but we will see it coming in place slowly. Before jumping into the folder's structure, let's see the project in its final form. The project is a single-page application where the flashcard mode is selected when this one starts. In the present case, it's the sequential game mode. There's two buttons that allow to navigate to the next and the previous. Each card have the possibility to get favorite or unfavorite. We can see the letter of the name as well as the name depending of the word's type. More features will be available, like the sound of the object if this one can do one. We will also bring different logic to get image file, to log performance of some methods, and so on. Any project needs a base folder structure to hold logically every part of the system. For us, at the root of our project, we will create 3 folders. The first one is the app folder, where all TypeScripts, images, style sheets will be located. The second folder is the deploy folder, where compiled files like JavaScript files will be located. The third one is the default folder for NPM and will contain all node modules. At the root, the gulps configuration file is present, as we saw in the previous video, as well as the NPM packages configuration file and TypeScript's configuration file. The app folder is the most interesting one at this point, since it will contain the scripts folders where every TypeScript files will take place. This one will contain different subfolders where we will divide the application. You can already see that we will have the main entrance file at the root of the script folder with the generic game ones, which is going to be the turn-based sequential game. We will have some TypeScript files for images and for words, and these two business domains have their own folder. Everything could have been in the script folder, but we want to make it more realistic. In any bigger project, files are divided by purpose. The folder files, sibling of scripts, will contain all sounds and images files. In regards of styles, we will have a single CSS files. Since this course is about TypeScripts, we will try to limit the exposition to any CSS code. Let's create the HTML shell that we will use. In the root, let's create index.html. In this file, let's create a header section that will have just the title of the application and a link to the style sheet that we will be creating in an instant. The body is a division with a unique ID, where we will use TypeScript to generate the content later. In the next video, we will come back to see this file to introduce the module later. The second file to create is index.css within the styles folder. I have copy-paste since we're not doing a course on CSS. I will come back for each piece later since we will be able to do a one-on-one relationships between styles block and TypeScript's UI component. In short, right now what it's doing is it's creating some background In short, what it's doing right now is creating some color for the background for each sections, setting some positioning elements, and some font size. Finally, let's create inside the scripts folder the main file called main.ts. This will be the entry point that the HTML file will call from the module loader.